Lunchtime food for thought. If you don't laugh a little, well, it ain't our fault. We got a good recipe and memories, 'cause after all, it's lunchtime food for thought. We have a big time at lunchtime food for thought.
Hello, folks. This is Nick Keller coming to you with our Lunchtime Food for Thought today. We're so thankful to have you with us, where we can just spend a few minutes just in laughter and having a merry heart, and just thankful for the things that the Lord has given us. Again, I'm Nick Keller, and we got with us
Johnny Ivy
and Judy Bernard.
We'd like to welcome each and every one of you here as we continue to do our Lunchtime Food for Thought via Zoom. And we hope that you are enjoying it through the radio. And if you want to go back and watch this again, we are going to be having opportunity on our website as well as through social media where this is being recorded on video. You'll be able to go back through, share some of these stories, have another laugh, and it would be a great encouragement for you along the ways. And we'll start off like we always start off, with a good round of jokes that will keep a merry heart for us today. So, Sister Judy, you got a joke for us?
Okay, let's see. Well, I'll start with a knock knock.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Lena.
Lena who?
Lean a little closer and I'll tell you another joke.
Lean a closer, amen.
Lean a little closer. That's pretty good. So,
how about you, Brother Johnny?
And this is in honor of Miss Judy. She mentioned the other day that she is fascinated with the Amish people. So maybe she can get this one. What do you call an Amish guy with his hands in his horse's mouth?
I have no idea.
A mechanic.
That's good, Brother Johnny. That's good.
I love that there. Oh, that's great stuff right there. There was this old man who told his wife that she was drawing her eyebrows too high, and she really looked surprised.
Oh man.
Yeah, thank the Lord for video. You can send an illustration. You can send illustration of that joke.
How about you, Miss Judy?
I got another one, and this one's a blonde joke. Can't do without blonde jokes. Two blondes who lived in California were sitting on a park bench talking. One blonde said to the other blonde, "Which do you think is farther away, Florida or the moon?" The other blonde turned and said, "Hello, we can't see Florida."
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the answer on that one. That's hilarious.
Bless her heart.
That
covers a multitude of sins. Bless her heart.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. What do you get when you cross an electric blanket with a toaster? When you cross an electric blanket with a toaster.
Get a toasty night?
People popping out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. Tell you what, though, on a cold morning and a nice toasty bed, I don't want to pop out.
No.
Right. Yeah. Think back whenever Stacy, whenever we was dating, she was still living at home, and she had an electric blanket on her bed. They had a little schnauzer, and so that schnauzer loved that electric blanket, and so it would get underneath the cover, and so whenever Stacy come home in the evening, that dog would be coming out from the blanket, going They couldn't hardly breathe or been underneath that thing all day.
Oh no.
Well, I got one for you here. It's a little bit one you got to think about. It's entitled "A Male or Female Brain." The patient's family gathered to hear what the specialist had to say. The doctor said things don't look good. The only chance they have is a brain transplant. This was an experimental procedure. It might not work, but the bad news is that brains are very expensive, and you'll have to pay the cost yourselves. Well, they asked the relatives of the family, said, how much does a brain cost? He said, for a male brain, it is $500,000. But for a female brain, it's $200,000. Some of the young men and the young male relatives began to kind of look shocked, and they kind of nodded with each other, and because they thought they understood why. Well, a few actually kind of smirked and laughed about it, but the patient's daughter, she was unsatisfied with the answer. She said, why? What's the difference in the price between a male brain and a female brain? And the doctor said, it's standard pricing practice. Women brain have been marked down because they've been actually used. Amen.
Oh, I like that one.
But Judy didn't think it was going to go that way at first, but
No, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what you were gonna say. I like it though. That's one of those women, amen, amen.
yeah, right. How about you, Brother Johnny? Do you have a riddle for us?
I do. What is the least spoken language in the world?
I've heard that.
Silence.
What'd you say?
Silence.
Silence.
Yeah.
You're close. Sign language.
There
Okay.
you go. Yes. I was talking to somebody the other day. Y'all know Kenny Baldwin, fantastic preacher.
Right.
Mhm.
And this, I think, took place at a local church here a couple years ago when he was in town. And they had a deaf ministry, and they were doing sign language while he was preaching. And Brother Kenny, he don't slow down too much. And
Right.
he gets into his about 4-minute rant on the names of God and Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Shalom, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Rapha. And he goes on there, and that man's just sitting there just trying to keep up. And Brother Kenny Baldwin just walked up right next to him, just got a little louder and just kind of preached right on there as he was doing it. And he said when it was all said and done, he was dripping head to toe in sweat, doing the sign language, and he just had the best night rest that he ever had after that.
Yeah, that's what I get tickled with watching the governor give the updates, and
Yes.
I was like, man, that guy that interprets it through the sign language. I mean, he is working hard.
Yes.
I mean,
He comes in all discreet. He's got the black pants, the black shirt, the black tie, and a white beard. And he's just getting it on.
he is. But you know what? I mean, in a serious thing though, that is pretty good talent to be able to do that.
It's
Oh yeah, it's a
extremely good
gift.
talent.
It's a
It
ministry, a gift.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
One of the most beautiful things is to watch someone sign as someone sings a song. It's very touching and beautiful, depending on what, especially certain songs. It's very, very, very good. Very
We
good.
have a lady in our church that knows a decent amount of sign language, and she will sign for certain things. And some of the songs that she signs, it's so theatrical. I mean, when you talk about when you sing about nail-pierced hands, but then you see,
Right.
nail-pierced hands in the sense of sign language, I mean, it dramatically changes. When you talk about you sing about adoration and lifting up the Lord, but then you see it done in sign language. I mean, it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She's about to teach some of our young folks the sign language to He Knows My Name, which is a very good as well. So
We used to, I've heard this when we went to a certain church. They had a girl that she majored in college in it, and a lady would sing a song about how Mary took her hair and washed Jesus' feet.
Oh, wow.
That girl would sign that. Oh my soul. Make you want to shout.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had some missionaries come in and their wives would sing the songs and then sing and do the sign language as well. And it's
Beautiful.
it is. Yeah. It'll sure touch your heart.
Yeah, it will.
I'm sure it touches the heart of the Lord too. Don't you think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How about you, Sister Judy? You got a riddle for us?
I do. Okay, I got this one says in a certain city, 5% of all the persons in town have unlisted phone numbers. If you selected 100 names at random, just randomly choose them in the city phone directory, what would the percentage of people be that had unlisted phone numbers?
0.
You're with it, Brother Nick. You're
Yeah.
with it
I mean, I
now.
had my pad of paper. I was writing down when Sister Judy's giving these things. I got to write it down. I got to make sure I get it.
You're getting them now. You're getting them.
I'm
We've
getting
done
them
this
now.
a little while, haven't we?
Yes,
He's
have.
been practicing those life hacks to keep his mind sharp.
That's right.
I normally don't do this. I don't guess that right really, but I'm gonna use my excuses, my chemo brain. So it affects my thinking sometimes. So I'm not as sharp as what I used to be.
Well, I got one for you. I want you to be thinking about the Bible. The Bible talks about the white stone with the name written in it. We got the Red Sea. So let me combine these all together. If you were to throw a white stone into the Red Sea, what would it become?
A white stone into the Red Sea.
Yeah, a white stone, and you threw it into the Red Sea, what would it become?
That's yours, Brother Johnny.
Go ahead.
It just become wet.
Yeah.
Oh,
It'd be a
man.
wet stone instead of a white stone.
Yeah, it doesn't get you back for all of those that you set me up on, Brother John. Got another one, Brother Johnny?
Yes, I do. If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you won't have me. What am I?
I think I know this.
Secret. Is it a secret?
It's a secret.
Yes.
All right, Miss Judy.
I got one.
Now, Rhonda can keep a good secret. She always has, but which our boys can now. But whenever they're younger, usually my mom said at Christmas she'll carry them kids shopping for us. We'll give them a few little things with it. So one year they'd been shopping and they'll usually wrap the gifts and then bring them, put them under the tree. And they was coming up the front step and they bought me a checkers game. And so one of the boys said, "You come up the steps, it's wrapped and everything." I said, "Hey, Dad, you want to play checkers?"
I just can't keep it.
I can't keep it.
Oh.
That's
A
funny.
life
You
hack
got
for
one?
that. Take them shopping on Christmas Eve.
Miss Judy, you got another joke?
What comes in comes once in middle, twice in moment, but never in a million years.
What? One more time?
What comes once in a moment, what comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in a million years? No, excuse me, I'm wrong. Let me say that again. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years?
Him.
Yeah.
You got it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I messed it up. Oh, man. Oh, well.
So my mom, and she would always have this joke that she would try to tell. and she would always mess the punchline of the joke up. She would say it wrong at the end. I mean, she would spend it, and we would maybe even driving to Michigan. We would spend hours in the car, and we'd practice with her. Mom, let's practice, and she would get the main portion of the joke done, and she'd get to the punchline, and she'd say something off the wall. I mean, it was like maybe the punchline was, "It's afraid not," and she would like, "It's a bow tie," or "It's a ribbon," or something like that.
Well, you have to admit that a moment, a minute, a moment, and a million go together better than 1,000.
Well, that's because you've learned. You've probably listened to a lot of alliterated preaching.
I do like that kind of preaching.
Yes. I
I
challenged students the other day in the Bible hermeneutics class. I said, I want you to help organize the thoughts of Peter when he preached on Pentecost. I want you to, take those verses there in Acts chapter 2 and organize them into an outline that you maybe could teach a Sunday school class with as a lady, or men you may be able to preach from. And I said, organize it. And I got my wife's. And praise the Lord, Brother Johnny, it was a good 4-point alliterated message with subpoints to it. And I said, great job, Miss Kimberly. You must listen to a lot of preaching. He goes, yeah, I live with one.
I'm gonna say, no wonder you're such a good preacher, Brother Nick. Now
I know. I told all the students.
When you get in a tight, you can pull that one back out.
Well, I told all the students, I said, y'all did such a phenomenal job. I may be preaching through Acts chapter number 2 for the next couple weeks at church.
Yeah, that's what a good friend, Brother Daniel, his wife, Sister Star, was speaking at the ladies, had a ladies meeting or something. And he said, man, bless God. He said, I took her, looked at her notes. He said, I'm going to preach that thing. He said, she done a good job and getting all that together.
Amen. Well, I got one for you, and I know those that you are listening, you may not be able to recognize this with your mind. You can watch the video later on that we'll have posted. But I'm going to share a picture that help you just kind of lock in this riddle here. What do the numbers 11, 60, and 88 all have in common? Excuse me, the numbers 11, 69, and 88 all have in common. Y'all tell me, Brother Johnny, Sister Judy. 11, 69, and 88.
They're all 2-digit numbers.
They are. That's true.
They're all in a column.
They're black. They're same color.
They're actually the same thing when you flip it around.
Oh, right. Yeah.
88, 69, and 11 back and forth there. So good job, guys.
Hey, speaking of that, let me give you one more then. What is one word that looks the same upside down?
Wow.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Okay.
One word. Swims. SWIMS.
There you go, Brother
Flip it
Johnny.
upside down, it still swims.
There you go there.
Cool.
Brother Daryl Hayes would always say this. He goes, when he heard some good singing or some good preaching, he'd say, all I can say is wow. And I'll say it backwards. Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Praise the Lord for that, right? Well, Brother Johnny, you got a restaurant sign. I know it's lunchtime food for thought. There's probably some people that are eating right now. Go ahead and share us a restaurant sign.
All right, here's one. This on the restaurant sign said, either you love bacon or you're wrong.
That's true. That's true. So just the past weekend, our kids got to spend the night with their grandparents. So that means Miss Kimberly and I had the evening alone. We came home and we cooked up Philly cheese steaks and then the next morning she said, I'm going to make you a nice breakfast. We don't sit down and have breakfast together. I said, that'd be great. She made a package of bacon And brother, we demolished one whole package of bacon just her and me
Bacon.
ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's probably glad to get a piece of it, weren't you? After having
What?
4 kids.
That's probably one of the best meats that are in our home. The kids absolutely love bacon.
Yeah. Yeah. There's usually just about on a daily basis, there's bacon cooked at our house. Almost
really?
daily. Almost.
Brother, I'm coming over for breakfast at your house then. You know, they said that the price of bacon is about to increase, though, pretty substantially because of some of the disruption in the supply line where they had to close down a couple plants because of virus and concerns of health and things like that. So you better stock up, Brother Johnny.
Stock up.
Yeah.
Well, let me share you a couple crazy laws. These are laws here in Georgia. There is a law that is called the slowpoke law. And it is a law where drivers that are in the left-hand lane of the highway, if they are going too slow, they can ultimately be pulled over and fined for going too slow down the road. So maybe you're out there, you drive on the left-hand side of the lane. Guess what? There truly is a law. You can get pulled over for driving too slow on the highway there. They have what is called the move over law in Georgia. And that's, people think it's just common courtesy to get in the right-hand lane so somebody can pass by. But according to Georgia laws, it is a law that one must move over if they are not going the right speed to be able to stay there along the way. I'll show you one more. This is to the city of Marietta itself. According to regulations, it is illegal to spit out of your car or a bus as you drive down the road. So there's no spitting in the city of Marietta, Georgia. I guess they want to make sure their roads are crisp and clean.
Wow. What about that? I think about Brother Joe Arthur. He said, you know how in How to Know If a Guy's Got a Girlfriend in West Virginia?
How?
Well,
There's tobacco spit rolling down both windows.
oh, no. Leave it to Brother Joe.
Yes.
Oh.
That's the truth. Now, Miss Judy, you have a special solve this problem. I'm feeling fresh today. I feel like I can get this thing.
Okay. All right. When John was 6 years old, he took a hammer. He was talking about your youngest son likes to get a hammer and a nail the other day. John was 6 years old. He hammered a nail into his favorite tree to mark his height. 10 years later, at the age of 16, John returns to that same tree to see how much higher the nail was. If the tree grew by 5 centimeters each year for 10 years, how much higher would the nail be?
10 centimeters
Per year.
5.
No,
10
5 per year for 10 years.
Hang on a second.
All right, Miss Judy, read it one more time just to make sure my mind is focused.
When John was 6 years old, he took his hammer and a nail to his favorite tree to mark his height. 10 years later, at the age of 16, he goes back to that same tree to see how high the nail was. If the tree grew by 5 centimeters per year, how much higher would the nail be?
I don't know, Brother John, you got your math put together?
I'm going to say it grew, let's see, would be 10. I think I'm wrong. It's less than 10 foot. I'm going to say 10 foot. Let me go with that.
It would make sense to me that it grew 50 centimeters. That seems the obvious thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever said, he just said he took a nail and he took a hammer, but it never said that he nailed it.
No, he did. He nailed it into the tree.
Okay.
Right. And waited 10 years, and he went back to see how high the nail would be.
I would say 50 centimeters taller.
Nope.
No, I'm gonna say 20 centimeters.
No, it'd be at the same height that it was when he put it in, because the tree grows from the top up. It doesn't grow from the bottom up.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
It make you think just a little bit.
With them tricky thoughts there, I've been writing chicken scratch and everything like that. And I'm sure in these upcoming episodes, she's going to give us something and then give us a week to maybe figure it out. And then you guys can try to be included in the answer to the riddle.
I think that'd be fun. I think we should, I'll try to come up with something like that.
That'll be
Sister
great.
Tammy got me started with the one she gave me last week.
Well, I want to share a quick recipe with you. One of my favorite meals as a side item to go along with dinner. It makes me think about some of the fellowship dinners that we've been missing at church and not being able to get with each other and things like that, is a recipe for corn casserole. And we got a lady in our church that used to make the most wonderful corn casserole. And what you do is you preheat the oven at 350. In a large bowl, you combine all the ingredients, a 14-ounce can of creamed corn, a 15-ounce can of whole kernel sweet corn that's been drained. You mix in 8 ounces of Jiffy corn muffin mix, 8 ounces of sour cream, and a half a stick of butter. You grease a 19 by 13 casserole dish, and you put it with cheddar topped in the oven for 50 minutes. Then you uncover and you bake an additional 10 minutes until the top begins to harden and brown up a little bit, and then wait a couple minutes and serve it. And it is a wonderful corn casserole to go for us.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah. That's one of Stacy's favorite dishes. She likes to make that corn casserole. In fact, we have church dinners. People ask her, "You gonna bring this? You gonna bring that?" That's one of them, though. That's good.
So I know a lot of y'all have been inside in your homes and doing little things and projects here and there. I know my wife has been very busy trying to get projects done around the house, and we're going to share just a few moments, some of those things that are happening. Brother Johnny, what kind of things are you guys doing around the home during these quarantine days?
Well, one thing is we have made a list of things we want to do. I mean, it's been amazing, all the ideas we've come up with, and so we've got a lot of work in that's going to be done. And of course, in our condition, we're not going out to the Home Depot and things like that. So one thing is we are going to do some painting, but we're waiting until we can go get the paint. But talking about the hammer a little bit ago, one thing we've been, of course, cleaned out closets. We've gotten rid of some old clothes and reorganizing things and such as that. We've done some things outside and as well. One thing we're going to do, we got some red tips bushes that around our house, and so we're going to pull those up and plant something else. And so once my kids, they, I mean, you say we're going to do this. They think you're going to do it right then.
Yeah, right.
So the other day, Hunter, he said, you want me to go ahead and just get the hammer and start taking down those bushes?
Oh, no.
I said, well, buddy, you're not going to take down those bushes with a hammer. But so that's some of the things we've been doing.
Good. How about you, Miss Judy?
Yard work. I love yard work, and so I've tackled an area that was covered, had a lot of poison ivy and poison oak. Ronnie's very allergic to that, so I've been digging up plants, and we've been burning the vines and all that, and just redoing flower beds and that kind of thing, and waiting for a hair appointment. That's the main thing I'm doing.
Brother Johnny has been too.
Wait. My daughter is my hairdresser. My daughter-in-law is my hairdresser, and she finally got to go back to work, and So we all are on a waiting list. The family has to wait till all the customers get taken care of. But I'm on that list and I cannot wait.
Oh my. Well, I know my wife, she has taken the task of repainting our entire kitchen cabinetry. And she has been very specific on getting it done. And we finished it up about a little bit last week. I say we, she did it all really. And, but she finished that up and it looked phenomenal. I'm very thankful for it. I did some special lighting for her to add that there. And I'm so thankful that the time that we've been able to spend together. Maybe you've done some great things and you want to share those. Give us a call here at the radio station.
Yeah.
Let us know about those things. And we'd like nothing more than maybe share those on the next few weeks coming back.
Yeah.
But time is left
quickly.
us.
Right quick, let me share this before I get in trouble with my kids. My kids have had a project downstairs. They have taken what used to be considered, I guess, a playroom, and they've they've took and put their PlayStation game down there, and they actually chipped in together, ordered a futon couch and ottoman, and they paid for it, split it up, and that's been a major thing for them, and they're really excited about that.
Hey, well, that's great. Good job, kids. Way to use your money to get those things that you want. Well, folks, I know time has left us. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope that you would follow up or maybe share this with somebody else. I want to remind you at 12 o'clock on Saturday, we'll be re-airing this same episode. We'll also have this on some of our social media channels. You can find us at YouTube and as well as Facebook. And we just want to say thank you for taking time with us. My friends, time's left us. This is our brother Nick Keller.
Johnny Ivy, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye now.